Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Camber TV's coverage of the American Sim Racing Association Truck Series. Tonight is round number 2 of the 2017 season as these drivers come to the mile-and-a-half track here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Sam Maxwell Customs 100. Scheduled distance of tonight's race is 65 laps. Last week at Daytona, we saw Zachary Bosnich take home the trophy in an extremely entertaining race with Josh Walker and Jim Foose finishing second and third. Can Bosnich go back-to-back and safely lock himself in the chase? Or will we see another driver such as Robbie Baskins, the defending race winner, rise to the occasion? Joining me in the booth tonight is Katie Reed. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I am ready to get some racing going here. This is a great track here at Atlanta, and these trucks seem to be having some major speed in them. So I'm ready to get started here. I mean, I'm looking down these practice times, and right now the practice leader was Pete Baskins in the number 3 truck with a 29.5, and just a few tenths back behind him, 4 tenths back. We have many people down towards the bottom, but they're so close in time. It's going to be really good racing here as we get into the afternoon.
Yeah, 5-minute qualifying session going on right now. Just riding around with a couple of drivers here. They have 5 minutes to put down a lap. I believe this should be the whole field going out there and trying to put down a fast time right now. 33 Tom Giannini on top of the leaderboard with a 29.746. Got Alan Young sitting in provisional P2 right now. So Atlanta, mile-and-a-half track. If anybody's raced here before, you know how devilish turn 4 is.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for these guys to try and keep a handle on their truck. We've also seen a few people spinning off of turn 2 actually coming out of that corner trying to keep themselves off the wall with some worn out tires, and they go around spinning, and anyone on the inside of them can just kiss their cars goodbye because they bring them with them sometimes. So it's going to be tough as these guys go around this track with a lot of trucks around them here. We have 32 drivers right now that have put in a time, now 33, as everyone gets in a qualifying lap very quickly, I might add. I'm looking at the 22 of Danny Rogers right now. He practiced in 13th and has jumped to the top of the board in qualifying, so that's a good jump for him. A very nice pickup as these guys are really starting to put down some laps. Their first one is about 3 tenths slower than they will end up going on their second qualifying lap. So as we see them start to get that second lap in here, we're starting to see these fast times.
Got pretty high uses on the track too, so there's a lot of dust and marble sitting there at the top part of the speedway. Now you can make the middle lane work here, but you got to put in a lot of work to make that middle lane work, as riding it seems to upset the truck when you're trying to get back into the throttle. A little under 2 minutes left to go here in the qualifying session. Yeah, right now we have a couple of trucks that failed to qualify for the race coming from the open practice session. These guys host, looks like the 35 of Mike Sunick, the 36 Ty Hester, 43 Steve Bahula, excuse me. 64 Lee Staples, 65 Billy Cross, 28 Brian Carbone, 82 Alan McEwen, 83 Willie Whitaker, 85 Hunter Poston, and the 94 Kevin Mingus are going to fail to qualify here. Now, there was a little bit of a development. If one or two of these, there is a couple trucks in the session right now that if they do not get back into the session, I believe the 43 will be able to race tonight. They're sitting here waiting patiently in the 43 pit to see if they will get to take the green flag with this full field of 36 trucks.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is when they're trying to wait and see what everyone can do in qualifying right now, as a couple of drivers bouncing back and forth. I'm looking down this list, and we mentioned Tom Giannini in that 33 Best Buy truck there, and he practiced 34th 34th on the chart here, and now he's up to 7th place in qualifying. So a very nice bounce for him. He picked up about 2/10. Having a great qualifying session right now. Same in reverse can apply to the three of Pete Baskins I mentioned. He was first in practice, is now 12th in qualifying.
Yeah, it does look like the 43 will start. A couple of trucks did not make it back into the session, so Steve Bahula will be able to race as we are going to give you your starting grid here. 22 of Danny Rogers piloting the Flying J Chevrolet. Going to take your pole here. Race sponsor Sam Maxwell going to sit outside of row number 1 in the 98 SMC machine. Devin Sarah right behind him in third. Michael Atkins Jr. in fourth. And Justin Brown's going to round out your top 5. Jonathan Holstein in 6th, Tom Giannini in 7th, Robbie Baskins 8th, Dylan Hickey in 9th, and Justin Vaughn in 10th. 11th goes to Jamie Vaughn, Pete Baskins in 12th, Matt Smethers in 13th, Alex Geese in 14th, John Kennedy 15th, Bradley Cross in 16th, Jason Stewart in 17th, 18th goes to Alan Young, Stephen Trombley in 19th, and rounding out your top 20 is last week's winner, Zachary Bosnich. Barry Zelmer in 21st, Tim Nutt 22nd, Mitch Brown in 23rd, on Music in 24th, Chris Titus 25th, Dan Matthews 26th, Bo McGuire in 27th, Zach Coyer in 28th, 29th is Jared Mogard, and 30th goes to Jay Graves Jr. 42 of Jim Foose will start in position number 31. Second goes to Edward Bray. Zach Calloway in 33rd. 34th is Daniel Delfer. Scott Haller's going to round out the guys who took time here in 35th. And the provisional will go to the number 43, Steve Uhala.
Yeah, fun little name there. But yes, indeed, Steve will make it into the race, and that's what we like to see. Everyone getting a chance to race here as best they can fit him in.
And real quick, while they are rolling off to start this pace lap here, we want to bring attention to the number 1 of Jason Stewart. His buddy David passed away over the weekend, and he's paying tribute to him tonight with that paint scheme, beautiful paint scheme. And yeah, gonna give his buddy one last ride here tonight.
Yeah, just want to give him that well-deserved moment of silence. And that is a beautiful looking truck we can all see there. And hopefully he can put on a show here tonight, because I think that would be a great honor. Just having some fun, Jason, having some fun showing off that paint scheme, and that's what matters.
All right, and here we go. It's time to get down to business. 65 laps here, the scheduled distance in Atlanta. Pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn down to the pit lane area. 22 of Danny Rogers has control of the field.
Green flag.
And the green flag is out. We are underway here for the Sam Maxwell Customs 100 at Atlanta.
Ooh, a little bit of a slow start there. As 22's right off. 98 on his outside. Oh, got a lot of madness going on in the back. 3 wide at some point. We're going to try and stay up front for right now. Oh, caution is out already.
I'm thinking we're going to want to stay out here, but I'll leave that up to you.
A lot of miscommunication there.
Looks like the 48 possibly. Yeah, the 48 of Mitch Brown. Looks like he is heavily involved there.
Yeah, I don't
Blew an
understand.
engine.
It looks like he was having connection issues, and
Ooh, was 4 wide at a moment. The 25 looks like he gave him a shot right in the back. Mitch Brown trying to make it 4 wide at a moment. The 91, 41, 17, and 48 making it 4 wide on the front stretch, but he was blinking out and yeah, got into the wall there. out of turn 2.
Yeah, a lot of spotters coming through the comms there. Not doesn't seem like a lot of damage happened between that exchange, but very quick caution out here on the speedway. Now they're racing in 85-degree air temp. The track is at a slick 93 degrees, winds coming out the northeast at 6 miles an hour with 62% humidity. So that's going to lead to a little bit of slick racing conditions. Of course, here with the late afternoon skybox and iRacing, tends to give a lot more grip than the afternoon one does. But still with the air and track temperature being a little bit higher than usual, it's going to produce for a lot of slipping and sliding in these turns.
Yeah, right now it looks like the top 25 have stayed out on this very, very early caution as it came out right before we could even in that first lap there. It looks like the 73 slowly going to edge the 43 out of pit lane here for the 26th position. So those guys will be your first cars off of pit lane here.
And this series does not get any faster pair, so the 48 of Mitch Brown is going to have to sit there and pretty much a DNF here tonight. Once these guys get going under green flag conditions, this race is going to take off pretty fast. With these trucks having 60% of a full fuel cell, we'll be expecting them probably somewhere around halfway to 40 laps coming in to take service for these trucks. And believe me, they're going to want tires about 30 laps before that.
Yeah, once you get some tire wear going here, it can get pretty miserable. We're not gonna lie to you. It could be unbearable if you try to fight it too hard and you wear those tires down. You know, you're gonna be begging for some by the time you you complete 10, 15 laps here, and they're screaming. So give them a little bit of time here, and it might get even crazier.
I will say, though, out of all of the cookie cutters, the 1.5-mile D-shaped ovals, this and Charlotte are pretty much tied for my favorite out of them.
Oh yeah, these are extremely fun to race. No matter what car you are in, it can be pretty exciting. And that tire wear is part of it, honestly. You know, you save your tires just a little bit, and you can come back up through the pack and try to take these spots of people that just went way too quick. Up at the front when these restarts come down. They just battle, and they get those tires worn, and all of a sudden someone's coming from 10th place, and you're like, where in the world did they come from? It's because they saved their tires for the end.
You get the lights off of the pace car this time by. I get them back to double file for this restart here. Going to come and take the green flag, completing lap number 5. So 60 to go when they cross the stripe. They haven't even got to stretch their legs out yet.
No, not really. Not really. I mean, they didn't even get into turn 3 before that happened. So yeah, you are correct. This is going to be their real restart here. Is going to be if they can just get off cleanly. We had a couple of drivers smack the wall there. I did notice. Even the 24 smacked the wall a little bit there. So a couple of these drivers having some trouble. The 24, of course, Alan Young, having a little bit of trouble in that champion truck trying to make it through that first corner. I think he got smacked in the back by the 91 of Zachary Bosnich, who we are very familiar with, of course, from Daytona. So we'll have to keep an eye on all these drivers, especially out the back.
Right, pace cars got the field working through turn number 3. Leader's kind of hanging off a little bit. Going to give himself a little bit of a cushion in order to take this green flag. Pace car eyeing to make that turn down pit road as he works the field off of 4. Danny Rogers back in command, and he is gone. Green flag back out into the air here. 60 to go. Good jump from the 22.
Yeah, very good jump by the 22. The 20s now find himself side by side with the 98. The 98 of Sam Maxwell trying to dive that truck in on turn 1, get that power off. Look at that 44 is going to drop down behind him, get side by side as the 98 is now clear. Looks like he will just stay there in the bottom lane, actually. Doesn't look like he's going to try to arch it in into turn 3 as the 44 is just trying to find somewhere to go. As that 20 stuck on the outside. The 70 is coming with a head of steam. That is Jonathan Holstein as he is making his way through turn 3, getting a great run off. That 20 still stuck on the outside. Devin Sarah there trying to battle that car as the 81 tries to get in line as well. It seems the 20 won't get down anytime soon.
Yeah, he's dropping like a rock outside, working the number 70 of Holstein right there. 20's got a little bit of a run coming down the back straight. And looks like a pass for the lead here. 98, Sam Maxwell to the front. After a power move to get around that 22, Sam Maxwell is going to lead his first lap of the race here.
Yeah, you were absolutely right. Sam Maxwell, of course, with Sam Maxwell Customs here. Sponsoring this race, doing an excellent job. He's putting on a show, and once he sponsors this race, maybe he should sponsor a lot more because it's working for him. He is shot out of a cannon as he's leaving these guys in the dust. The 44 in second, 22 in third, 20 still stuck on the outside. The 70 trying to make that move now. I mean, he is just not able to get down. And the 20, he can hold that high lane for quite a while, but once you get some laps on these tires, they might fade. As the 70 did not get a great run off the corner there. 20 might be able to get down now. The 81 on the outside of the 70 trying to keep him stuck down in that bottom lane. Trying to hold that outside right now as it looks like they are trying their best out back behind him. That is the 46 of Robbie Baskins. Looks like he's just trying to find a lane of where to go right now. The 3 of Pete Baskins. Oh my goodness. Hold on there, bud. Hold on as he almost thinks about going 3 wide, but that's probably not the best idea right now.
Yeah, 81, Justin Brown caught a piece of the wall coming off turn 4 right there. He's under fire from the number 70 truck. 81's going to have the run on the outside. Might be able to clear him coming down the backstretch. Yes, he will. Behind them, 46 and the 3, showing some brotherly love. 3 in the wall, or that's not the 3, that's the 4. Oh, into the 89, wrecking 33 involved.
89, he's spinning around. 33 is caught in it. 73 is caught in it as well. 14, oh no. Oh, the
that 17
is a lot
got
of stuck right at the back. Oh, he was almost clear, and they came down on Barry Zelmer. Oh, that's heart-wrenching. Luckily, most of his damage is in the rear of his truck, so he's going to try and get that. Caution is out.
Yeah, that was a kind of Talladega-esque right there. Just a whole bunch of bent-up sheet metal in turns 3 and 4. All started with the 4 getting loose, heading off into the turn. Looked like he just got into the marbles up there, smacked the wall, come across the track. 33 with a blown motor. That's going to end his chances for today. A lot of carnage ensuing afterwards. Looked like the 41 got a little bit of a piece of it, sliding into the 4 as well. Just really bad break for just about at least a third of the field there.
Yeah, really. Well, the 73, these guys, it was 33 of Tom Giannini and the 4. They were really wrecking on their own for a moment up top, but back behind him, the 73 was doing a great job at slowing up and trying to make room for these guys to get by, but Matt Smethers just got completely knocked in the back by the 68 of Jay Graves Jr., and the 14, of course, got stuck in it as well. The 17 could not slow down enough, and he got smacked as well. So a little bit of a cluster in the back behind that wreck, and that just happens when you get this track filled up with trucks.
Yeah, 5 trucks stayed out. That'd be the 31 of Zach Coyer, the 12 of Sean Music, the 66 of Edward Bray, Barry Zelmer in the 17, and your leader right now, Sam Maxwell, in that 98, elected to stay out under this caution. Pretty much everybody else came down to pit road with the 44 of Michael Atkins Jr. for J. Foos Motorsports coming out position number 1 off of pit road in that Lego car. Looks like he has the champion colors on it this week.
Yes,
Devin
indeed.
Sarah
Nice
behind
looking
him.
truck.
In that Texaco truck, and then it looked like Justin Brown in the G Grand Touring Vaca 81, and looks like the rest of that pack came in to take service. The only one not electing to hit pit road this caution is the 98 of Sam Maxwell. driver out of Blackstone, Massachusetts, leading a good handful of laps here in the early going.
Yet I'm hearing over the radio we might have a few guys knocked out of the race now because of that wreck, which is, of course, as we know, not very surprising. These guys they took a few hits there. They took quite a few hits. It looks at 17 of Barry Zelmer finally able to leave pit lane here. And a couple of these guys still stuck on pit lane, still stuck there trying to repair as much damage as possible as these drivers come around the track.
Yeah, last week we went about 19 laps without a caution, already 2 within the first 13 laps of this race. Probably, again, you can chalk that up to a bunch of nerves and everything, and a little bit of a miscue with a couple trucks.
Yeah,
But
just a little bit.
hey, it's racing. It's iRacing.
It happens.
It's not exactly real life racing, but it's as close as you can get without getting hurt.
It may not be real life racing, but they bring the real life timbers here. We know that's for
Well,
sure. These drivers are passionate. They are passionate about what they do, and they show it on the track. They will battle as hard as they can. They'll try and go as fast as that car will let them, and they're showing it. I mean, they're not here. Some of them are here to have fun. Some aren't. Some are here to win, and they'll try and prove it here on the track.
Now the 98 is on 13 lap old rubber. Granted, it only has about maybe 4 or 5 laps of green flag running. How fast you think this 44 2081 is going to eat them up?
Ooh. I think it's gonna be pretty bad because, well, this 98 is not only on worn out tires, but he's also stuck on the bottom, and the bottom is prime territory for these guys. So this is gonna be a little bit of a shootout here to see if they can get around him quick enough. But who knows? Sam's pretty fast. He might be able to hold him off for just a little while and see if he can keep maybe a top 10 run here going.
All right, pace car is going to work his way back down the pit lane area. 98 SMC Chevrolet out front. Sam Maxwell looking for the green flag. He's going to stomp on the throttle. Green flag back out into the air here in Atlanta.
Yeah, looks like a pretty good restart throughout the field. The 98 is actually clear. Sam Maxwell is clear. The 44 is clear as well. Our first side-by-side battle goes to the 81 of Justin Brown side-by-side with the 20 of Devin Serra. Now on the bottom. He's not stuck on the outside, not getting freight trained. He's moving that truck right on up to the 3rd position.
And back here, 70 dropping like a rock, fighting with the 7 of Justin Vaughn.
Yeah, 7 blinking. 7 is blinking pretty bad here.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh, they've got to be careful with that.
And side by side, a couple rows back here as well. 68 of Jay Graves Jr. Just getting passed by, looks like the 19 Sunny D machine of Justin Vaughn. Greaves a little bit on the apron going into turn 130, battling with the 1 right behind him. Jason Stewart on the outside, going to have the run, but going to get blocked from the 68. 30 Bradley Cross going to try to work that inside line into 68 in turn 3. 37 Oreo machine of Dan Matthews right in this mix. Good 5-truck battle here for looks to be the 11th position.
Yeah, you're correct. That 30 is out in front of this small pack. That is Bradley Cross, of course, in the maxed out motorsports truck right there. The 37's got to clear. Follow him through. 68 clear as well. Back behind him, the 1 side by side with the 77 of Alex Geese trying to battle here. The 1 can't quite hold it up top, trying to get down in front of the 42. We are very familiar with that truck and that beautiful Southwest paint, I might add.
Oh, yeah, that is very nice. Jim Foose all the way up to 17th from 31st when he crossed the line last time around. Battling with JF2 Motorsports driver and Jason Stewart in that number 1 truck. Jim Foose looking to make short work of him, about a half a truck length off of the bumper of the 1, heading off into turn 3. Going to check up a little bit and try to make his way around him very methodically, I might add. Behind him, the 45, Zach Galloway. Another truck started in the back in the discount tire ride all the way up to 18th from 33rd.
Yeah, I'm taking a look back up front as in 6th position we have Justin Vaughn passing the 22 on the bottom right now. Justin Vaughn in that 7 Flex Seal truck right there. Nice looking Chevrolet as they're making his way on the bottom, pulling away from these guys. The 3 of Pete Baskins. He's going to take it to the 22, try to get by him. Looks like he might be clear as the 01's going to take his chance, try and dive in here. And again, we've seen this before. We'll see it during the race, but that 22 just stuck on the outside.
Yeah, battle for third. Looks like battle for fourth, excuse me. Robbie Baskins trying to get around Michael Atkins Jr. in the 44 for fourth here. A lot of fours there. Looks like 46 going to clear him heading off turn 3, but we do have a battle for the lead brewing. Sam Maxwell under fire from the 81 of Justin Brown, making a peek to the inside, going through the quad oval here. See if he tries to take it in turn 1. He's not. He's just going to ride his bumper, try to wait for a mistake out of the 98. There, it looks like it. 81's going to get a good run coming down the backstretch, going to drag race it out. He's there. Diving into turn 3.
Sam Maxwell's doing a fantastic job to keep this truck as far up as he can. He's doing a great job, but unfortunately, the 81 of Justin Brown with those fresh tires, he's getting that bottom lane, and he is running with it as he clears the 98 across the line. 98 is going to try and battle back here. Won't be able to do it. It's 20 of Devin Serra with that massive move on the bottom, diving inside. Going to clear him right up off that corner. That one is a pretty easy pass by the 20.
Yeah, Devin Serra making a great run here, staying towards the front of this field. Going to set his sights on the 81. Hits the apron a little bit. Has a deter from his line just a little bit. The 46 of Robbie Baskins, though, right behind him. He's catching up to the bumper. This 98, as is the 7-3 and 0-1 trucks as well. We're about to have a 7-truck battle for the lead pretty soon.
Oh, 46, Robbie Baskins off track.
He's on his lid.
Keep it up,
Oh, coming across the track. Oh, smacks the wall. Oh, no, gets cleaned
45.
out. Oh,
Zach
no,
Galloway
the
gets into him.
45.
Callaway, excuse me. Oh, no.
I mean, he just went left. He just went left. That's all that happened. That truck just went left, flipped on over as soon as it hit the inside wall, came across the track. Everyone, for the most part, doing a good job to clear him, but I think that 45 just didn't see him, tried to get down, but was a little too late as he started falling back.
Yeah, classic case. The 45 was just tucked in behind the 42. Once he saw the 42 move, he had nowhere to go. Looks like Robbie Baskins might have had a hardware issue because unless there was a pretty strong crosswind that hit him at that exact moment, I don't see why he would just, exit stage left like that.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I mean, he cleared turn 2 and then just slowly and surely started veering left. We've seen that with a couple of steering issues here. So maybe that was the issue. We'll have to listen in, see if his crew talks a little bit more about it. But for now, everyone looks like they're going to come on in. I think the one, yes, indeed, the one of Jason Stewart going to stay out this time.
Yeah, definitely should see all of the leaders in. They may be able to make it from here on fuel, as your leaders are just now hitting their pit stalls. And keep an eye on pit exit for you to count you out the top 5. Looks like the 81's down and away. Here comes the 20, 98. Everybody squirrel tail. 81, 20, 98, 7, and 3. Your top 5 coming off of the pit lane. Yeah, Jason Stewart making a strategy move, trying to get a bonus point for leading the lap. He will do so with it, so we might see him coming back in to take service, but that's going to put him all the way back in 29th if nobody else comes in with him this next time around.
Yeah, literally every single driver but him pitted, and that might not be exactly what he was looking for. I think maybe he was expecting a couple more drivers to stay out, but it just didn't happen. Everyone was ready for some tires, ready for that fuel. And really unfortunate, but he did lead a lap. He got that point, and he's going to come on down to pit lane here. And so our leader will be up in the first position, the 81 of Justin Brown, taking over.
Driver for Matthew Motorsports out of Jacksonville, Florida, led a handful of laps today in a Grand Touring Vodka Chevrolet. We go ahead and run down your top 5 here. Justin Brown in at number 81. Followed by the 20 of Devin Serra, making a good run here tonight in the second position. Sam Maxwell in third. Justin Vaughn 4th. And Pete Baskins, his teammate, in 5th in that number 3 machine. That's Baskins Vaughn Motorsports for those two. That was also the 46's team as well. who brought out that last caution after deciding to breakdance down the backstretch.
Yeah, something like that, something like that. But really, really well done by these guys. I do want to give everyone tuning in right now a quick race summary as we will come back to one to go this time. We have completed 25 of 65 laps so far. Our leader, as we mentioned, the 81 of Justin Brown, and we've had 4 lead changes, so not too shabby up front. We've had quite a good battle to show off here. 3 cautions for 10 laps, as these guys will log about 1 more on that list.
Should see the field get 2 by 2 after the pace car, the Ford Mustang pace car, hits the start finish line here. Go back to green flag conditions, completing lap 27 of the scheduled 65. A couple drivers actually pit road here late. I'm not sure if they're a lap down or that's John Kennedy 6 laps down. So yeah, he's involved in that first wreck. Actually, the second wreck, excuse me, the big one in turn 3. So he's back out onto the speedway, making laps, trying to see if he can gain a couple positions on some of the other lap down machines here. So yeah, we're gonna get him back going here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, you're right. I'm actually looking to see what Sam Maxwell can do now that he's back on the same tires as these other guys. I mean, he did a fantastic job to stay out there with those worn tires, and I just can't wait to see if he can pass these 2 guys in front of him. 20 be on the outside of the first row here, see if he can get on the inside of him. 81 should get a jump here as he is our leader on this restart.
And Justin Brown coming to take the flag at the flag stand here. Pace car off. 81 command of the field. Gonna check him up, and he's gone. Green flag back out into the air here.
Oh, 7 missed the shift. Absolutely 3 wide. 014419 on the bottom there. Gonna get by just barely the 44. Gotta get down in front of that 30. He does indeed. 7 major hiccup on that restart. 30 22 01. No, get down.
Oh, that is very tight racing coming off of turn 2 right there to 7, stuck on that high side.
Oh,
37 is
checks
going to
out.
back out.
Yes,
Let
indeed.
the 7 come in. And Justin Vaughn going to go from 4th on that restart all the way back to almost, 24 is around. Alan Young in the grass. Good save in the Champion Spark Plugs machine. Going to do a little bit of preventative lawn maintenance here.
Up. Oh, saves it. Nice
Look
job.
at that.
Beautiful save by Alan Young. Doing a great job. Back up front, though, the 81 Justin Brown. A little bit of a lead here as the 20's battling with the 98 back behind him. These guys got to settle it as they start to reach out to the 81 right now. The 3 of Pete Baskins in 4th. Jamie Vaughn doing an excellent job when he made it 3 wide up to the 5th position. These guys still battling back there. That is the 30 of Bradley Cross with the 22 of Danny Rogers, who had a great qualifying effort. These guys trying to stick it in here, still trying to gain spots on this restart. The 01 going to bring it down there on the bottom. That is Jared Mogard trying to keep it smooth here. He's trying to get by that 30 of Bradley Cross, but these guys are able to hang up on the top for just a moment, and the 77 is going to sneak in there.
Yeah, I want to highlight a run back here battling the 43. Steve Bakula has broke the top 20, battling with a 14 of Bo McGuire to his outside. Been battling for about the last 2 or 3 laps. He started in a provisional spot 36, so good run out of that 43 team after barely making the race. He's stuck back here with see Jason Stewart's back here.
Oh my goodness, he's all over the track now. That was a massive hit. He went to the outside wall and how in the world? Oh, it was the 19 of Jamie Vaughn caught him on his way down from hitting the outside wall, and it just absolutely brought him back. Massive hit on the outside there.
Yeah, Alex Geese wasn't lucky either. He got a lot of damage out of that blown motor after the 3 bounced off the wall again and came all the way down to track in the air.
Yeah, the 3 in that Under Armour truck got he took a massive hit. I keep saying that because it was, oh my goodness, when I first saw him, he was mid-air, and it was quite a sight. Oh man.
And that was almost Michael McDowell-esque. Ooh, oh
It-
01. Big move out there to stay off of the pit lane. Got to 98, 19, 22, and of course to 77 with the blown motor coming down, leading the brigade down the pit lane.
Yeah, we have a split field, it seems, this time, as the 98 will lead them in.
Now, this should solidify these guys as to making it to the end on fuel.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like the top 9 stayed out. The top 9 are staying out this time, as the 22 of Danny Rogers will be our first driver off of pit lane. It looks like he had a very, very quick stop here. Looks like he just took right side tires and some gas.
Yeah, and while we were in the back of the pack there right before that incident, the 20 of Devin Sarah has taken the lead from the 81 of Justin Brown. Devin Sarah from Knockback Motorsports in Commerce Township, Michigan, riding in that Havoline number 20 tonight. Been hanging up out front all night long, and putting together a good run. These guys up front there, they're gonna have to bank off of another caution coming out with a good run in between when they go back to green and when that caution comes out, in order to have this strategy work out for them, because the other guys in the back can definitely make it. These guys are gonna hold their breath and hope that they stored an extra gallon or two in the tube framing for the chassis.
Yeah, I want to give a few shout outs here as we go around under caution. Some guys we haven't highlighted yet. One of them stayed out in the 18 truck here. That is Daniel Deffler, gaining some spots in that Toyota as he tries to make his way through the field. The 25 stayed out as well. That is Chris Titus, doing a great job so far in that Traxxas Toyota.
Yeah, Bo McGuire as well, the Pepsi 14 Tundra. Driver for Alpha Tango Racing. He stayed out here making a good charge up through the field. Started 27th. Now he's running in the 8th position due to pit strategy.
Yeah, and who knows? They might have something under their sleeve. See if they can make this great run up through the field and take advantage of it. We'll have to see towards the end of this race, because it's going to get very interesting. Coming to 31 laps to go, and these guys have plenty of time to do something with those top 10 spots.
Only 4 laps of green flag run on this set of tires for these front runners, though. So I'm gonna stack them back up here 2 by 2. Get everybody corralled up. Pace car has the lights off, and I mean, it's been a pretty interesting race here. A lot of big junk.
A lot of big movers. I'm looking right now. The 01 of Jared Mogard qualified 29th and is up to 3rd position. So a couple of these drivers up front gaining a lot of positions with strategy. We'll see if it can work out, see how they can compete with the 81 and the 20 who have been up front pretty much all day.
And you mentioned Mogard. He qualified 29th with a 29.665. The pole sitter, 22 at Danny Rogers, qualified with a 29.530. So barely a 10th off of pole pace through almost 30 trucks. So
Yeah, it shows how competitive this league is.
Oh yes, definitely does. Devin Sarah, however, has the lead right now. Going to bring the field to the attention of the flag stand.
Green flag.
Green flag is back out, and we are back underway here in Atlanta. 20 kind of giving a little bit of a stutter start, but he maintains speed. Restart looks fine. A lot of side-by-side in the back, though.
Yeah, he was trying to, the 01 was trying to guess that restart, but just could not time it, and that gave the 20 a jump. The 81 going to be side-by-side with the 30 now, as Bradley Cross making his way up through this field. Going to be able to clear the 81 out of turn 4. He's going to slide up in front of him, try to hold that truck down, as the 81 trying to keep any position he can right now in 4th.
Yeah, it seems like whoever restarts in second just completely gets hosed.
Yeah, well, I
Um,
think it's a combination of that outside lane and not being able to guess and quite see that leader and when he jumps.
well, 81 making a fight back to try to take back the third position from the 30 of Bradley Cross and Maxed Out Motorsports machine. Still side by side heading through the quad oval. Justin Brown fighting back hard. Good battle here for third.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, Justin Brown's been putting on a show basically for us this entire race. Is the 30 Bradley Cross trying to make his way up through the field, is trying to do his best as well. The 01 though, he is sizing up that 20. He's been gaining, inch by inch right now as he's trying to get that 20 right, get on his bumper, maybe rile him up a little bit. Devin Sarah is going to have to try and block if the 01, yes indeed, trying to find a way around him. That
Ooh.
20 is following that front bumper of the 01. Oh, as he slides up, the 81's going to creep inside and get that lower back part of his truck a little out of whack there for a moment.
Yeah, 01 having the momentum coming off of turn 2 is going to easily clear the 81 down the backstretch. 20, Devin Sarah under fire, though. He is definitely driving more out of the rear view than the windshield right now. Trying to make sure he can keep that 01 Jared Mogard behind him.
Yeah, it
Still
looks like he's
leading.
trying to find a lane, seeing where Devin likes to run, maybe try and counteract his blocking if he can. But for now, these guys are single file. The first side-by-side battle we have is the 18 of Daniel Deffler, as I just mentioned, the 98 of Sam Maxwell trying to make his way back up after pitting. He is now right under him in 8th position. This is 8th on the track as the 18 gets shoved to the outside, not able to hold it. 91's going to clear him. Middle of the corner up in front of him, the 22 making a great pass on the 25 of Chris Titus. Danny Rogers moves into the 6th position on track.
Yeah, top 10, a little bit of a breakaway over the 11th place truck of Jamie Vaughn in the 19. And that Sunny D machine making his way back up towards the front as we have a potential pass for lead here. Mogard peeking to the inside, not going to be able to get there, heading off into turn number 1. These three front runners are locked bumper to bumper. 01's going to have a drive coming off of turn number 2. 20 has the momentum. He's there. Mogard to the inside of the 20 in turn 3. 20's just going to have to surrender it. 01's pushing up a little bit. 20 not giving it up. Almost 3 wide here for the lead.
Gotta be careful here. You do not want to cause a caution up at the front right now. 01 trying to be careful, trying not to move up, but that's just what this track will do to you. If you don't have the perfect lane, if you don't have that grip, your truck will fade up. And it looks like he'll do it, but he's clear the 20, and the 81's going to have to size up the 20 now as he gets down on the bottom here. Maybe try to get that 20 out of lane right now, and he does. Gets that 20 a little out of whack. Oh, the 81 is now losing some time.
Yeah, the 20's going to have the momentum coming off of the turn. Going to bring the 30 into the fray. Bradley Cross putting a little love on the back of the 81's bumper. He's going to try to pass the 81 on the outside here. Holding strong. Still has a bumper to put there. Dustin Brown
absolutely.
on the inside gonna have to make something of that bottom lane here in order to save his 3rd position. Meanwhile, 22 on fresher tires than these 4 front runners. Up in 5th. He's battling for his 3rd position as well.
Yeah, it looked like that 30 wanted to slide in behind the 81, but the 81 slowed up a little bit. 30 had to go back out to the outside there, and because of that, the 22 is going to make his way down on the bottom. Danny Rogers having an excellent race so far in that beautiful Pilot Flying J truck right now, bringing it down on the bottom, trying to get by that 30 as he gets stuck on the outside here. The 37 closing up behind him. See if the 37 can get down and try and... Oh, he won't. The 98 is going to be able to get inside of the 37, so we've got side-by-side battles going on all the way in this top 10.
Yeah, 20 to go that time by, and Mogard, your leader. You can definitely tell where the tires are as the 22 passes the 30 heading off into turn 1. 81's going to have to check up coming off of 2. 22's going to take advantage of it. He's going to take over to 3rd position from Justin Brown. Now the 22, Danny Rogers setting his sights on the 20 of Devin Sayers. Devin Sayers giving a run back to the 01 of Jared Mogard.
Yeah, you're right. Devin's trying to come back, trying to get on the outside of him. Seems like he's trying to Almost get him a little loose there as Jared's going to go back to the bottom, almost touching that apron. I mean, you cannot cross over that apron. You can get very close, but as
Ooh,
soon as you
37
touch
in the
it,
wall behind him.
had a little bit of a fumble in the back. 37 still trying to catch his truck. He will fade all the way to 9th position right now with the 19 of Jamie Vaughn coming quickly. 37's got to get back, get that truck back under him, trying to get set here. As back up front, that 20 still trying to get to the outside of the 01. The 22 now coming up through this field with the, I mean, just a booster behind him. Getting on the inside of that 20, going to go side by side down this backstretch. The 20 has the nose, but the 22 is there. Can he get the arc into the corner, take that bottom lane, drive through? Looks like he will. As they get right on the outside of that corner, 22 is going to come on up and clear that spot. Into second position he goes.
And Devin Sarah just doesn't have the tire right now to compete with that 22. Working their way back through turns 1 and 2. Danny Rogers, the Flying J Chevrolet, set his sights on the 01 as the 81's loose behind him. Going to lose a lot of time. 30 of Cross is going to go underneath and bring the 98 of Sam Maxwell into the picture. Now you can definitely tell that these other guys have got 5 more laps on their tires than the 22 and the 98 because they're making short work of them. Battle for the lead, though. Danny Rogers underneath Mogard.
Yes, indeed. It was getting very close there for a moment as the 22 tried to get right beside him, and luckily the 01 pushed up. He was able to clear him off the corner down the backstretch. They could go. The 20 now on the bumper of the 01 of Jared Mogard, trying to get back into this battle. Devin Sarah, as soon as he loses it, he gains his car back and tries to get back into the battle. As the 01 pushes up, almost smacks the wall off the floor. Got to be careful there. 22 across the line in first, but the 20 still sizing up the 01 of Jared Mogard.
Yeah, and don't look behind you, but Sam Maxwell making a move for 4th position around the 30 of Bradley Cross. Pretty convincingly. Now he's got about 7/10 separating him and the 22. 22 is loving the battle between the 01 and the 20 right now. 01 pushing up off of 4, almost into the 20.
It's got to be careful here. You don't want to lose too much control of that truck on the outside there. And with these worn out tires, that top lane will get a little more treacherous as we go on through this green flag run. The 98, though, making his way up back through the field in 4th position, now trying to battle 24 3rd. Gonna get a nice dive into that corner as the 20's holding that high lane here. The 98's got to hold it down. The 20 will get the run off. He's going to have the bumper at the line. This is going to be pretty close. I think the 20 got it, but that 98 is still battling back.
And now the 98 is going to have to worry about the 01 here as he passes Sarah heading into turn number 1. Coming off of turn 2, has to run to try and compete with the 01, but the 01 quarter of a car length in front of him. 98 is going to peek inside. He's there. Now, can he keep that truck on the bottom? Going to bring that SMC Motorsports Chevrolet back to 2nd place. Half a second off of your leader here.
Yes, indeed. The 20 driving down on the bottom there, trying to fight back. That 01 just loses way too much time there on the top. It looks like the 20 is really one of the only trucks that can really hold it on the top side of this track. As they go into turn 3, they are coming to 11 laps to go.
Yeah, 81, Justin Brown really slow in the middle of the pack here, losing a lot of time. Might have been loose coming off of 2. Under fire from the 37 and the 44 at the same time. Justin Brown just, he's not getting down here. He's having a hard time with this truck as the run progresses. One truck, mind you, Jason Stewart, stayed out on that last pit to lead a lap. He's back up to the 8th position, but he is 3 seconds down to the leader. He's going to have a caution come out to try and get to these leaders again, as we do have a car on pit road.
Yeah, you were absolutely right about the one of Jason Stewart. He has the truck. He has the freshest tires, so to say, although they are a little worn. He is making his way through this field. Honestly, a beautiful drive through this field as he's done so far. He's clear into 7th position, but like you said, 3 seconds behind. Really needs some help to catch up, as back up front, the 22 of Danny Rogers leading this field now.
Just
98
under,
gonna close. Yes, indeed.
yeah,
98 gonna close in.
yeah, just under 10 to go. But back here battling 30, looks like the 30 and the the 81, 91, 91 of look down the list here. Zachary Bosnich, last race winner, 3 laps down. A little bit of trouble for the 30 to get around there, but he's gotten around him now. Ross is going to set his eyes back onto Mogard as a couple more. Oh no, Mogard underneath the 20. Devin Sarah having a bad run coming off turn 2. They've been battling back and forth the last couple of laps.
Yeah, the 01 is now clear. Devin stuck on the outside. Oh, the 01 has to come in. 30 has to come in. They're low on fuel. Oh, 30 hits the cone on the entrance, the pit lane.
Somebody tweet at Orange Cone. Sorry. Yeah. It looks like this is going to kind of play into the one and everybody who came down last pit strategy here. I know Danny Rogers and Sam Maxwell did come in, but the 20 is going to have to come in. I believe the 37 is coming in this time.
Yeah, 37 is in. Dan Matthews is in. He's back up front. The 22 still leading here. Still logging laps. 6 to go.
26 on the, or 25 on the entrance to pit road. Chris Titus definitely got caught speeding in that Traxxas Toyota. There's no ifs, ands, buts, or coconuts about that one.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see. The Jason Stewart in the 1 truck, he is all the way up to 3rd position, and we have to highlight that plan to stay out as long as possible and then coming in to get an extra lap of fuel in that truck. Really well done. Back behind him, Michael Atkins Jr. up to 4th position. Haven't highlighted him as much this race as he's coming back up to the front in the top 5.
Yeah, 5 to go at the line. Danny Rogers holding his breath, hoping his pit crew chief made the right call, put enough fuel in it. Got Sam Maxwell breathing down his neck, though. They got about a 4-second advantage over these 144 and 19 cars back here.
Yeah, and I know that 98, I know he wants this win. He is the sponsor of this race, so you know he's got to want it a little bit more than any other race that they might have through the year. And he's trying to battle on that low lane. He gets a little bit of a run, trying to catch up to him, but just can't get the drive off. The 22 will get the drive off that time as they go down the backstretch here. They'll come into 3 to go.
Oh, there's a wreck on the front stretch.
Yep.
Caution's out. That's
81,
going to end
81 and Justin Brown.
Tell you about your car, bud.
Ooh, driving backwards, that's not going to be good.
That is your race, folks. Danny Rogers is going to win here for the Sam Maxwell Customs 100 at Atlanta. Sam Maxwell going to be the first bridesmaid here tonight. And Jason
what a good
Stewart.
Run. I was
Great
just going
run.
to say that. Good run by him. 44 making his way up. The 19 had fuel enough to finish. Jamie Vaughn. Jim Foose up to the 6th position. What a great rebound by him. Great job coming up through the field. 77. A couple of these guys making some really good rebounds now. Now we do want to highlight that these guys still have to make it around. They don't get the, they don't get the spot just because the caution came out. They actually have to keep doing these laps. So we'll see if anyone else loses some fuel, but for the most part, we're gonna keep our eye on this top 5.
Yeah, I believe they're good to go here. As long as they have a good pedal setup with some clutch, they can sit there and kill the motor and coast around. Only have 2 more times to come around. Looks like Devin Sarah's going to get the lucky dog. Kind of redundant, but put him back on the lead lap and
Wes,
leave
I'm gonna go out
18
on a limb
cars.
and say nobody's coming into the pits this time.
I don't know. They might need fuel for the last run here.
You think? Oh man. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a great race. That 98 has had one of the trucks to beat the 22, having a little bit of fun behind this pace car with each other. They know that they had a great battle going. The 22 able to get out front, and that very sharp looking paint scheme, the pilot flying J paint scheme on that 22 truck as Danny Rogers leads this pack around.
Yeah, driver out of Midlothian, Texas, for JF2 Racing. Teammates with the one actually coming in third. JF2 is a derivative of J Foose Motorsports, which that 44 behind the one is a part of, as well as the sixth place finisher in Jim Foose. So good showing from both camps over there in the Foose Enterprise, as I would like to call it. White flag in the air.
It was a close one, but they got to it. You're right. These guys, they're just trying to get by the 01. All these guys having to fade to the back as you would think they'd prepare for a restart, but with iRacing, you aren't obviously allowed to complete a green-white checkered. Really unfortunate for them because this would have been a great battle, but still out front. Danny Rogers looks like he's going to be able to make it around as they move on to the backstretch here. And I think we have a great top 5 finishers as a couple of these guys battled back. I do want to highlight the 19 took a lot of sideswipe damage from that 3 of Pete Baskins when he had that major wreck out of turn 3. He was able to keep that truck out, keep it clean, and finish up in 5th position. So really well done by Jamie.
Yeah, he's not liking his teammate all too much after taking that damage from him. But here we go. Pace car is going to have the field coming out of turn number 4. Danny Rogers making a great charge through the field on a couple laps, fresher tires. He's going to come to the flag stand looking for the Sunoco checkered flag. Danny Rogers is going to win the Sam Maxwell Customs 100 at Atlanta.
Yeah, almost missed that as he was going so quickly there, but we got him right across the line as these guys had a great battle to the end there. It did look like the 98 of Sam Maxwell might have had something for him, but again, caution came out with 3 to go and just nothing you could do about that, unfortunately, but he'll take home the 2nd position.
Just wish iRacing could implement a green-white checkered system in.
Absolutely. At least put the option in for leagues, right? Because that's what we like to see. Yeah, we apologize for the connection issues you guys are witnessing. That is iRacing servers. We're all having a little bit of difficulty. Looks like we got video back, but if it does disconnect, we do apologize.
All right, here are your unofficial results for race number 2 of the 2017 American Sim Racing. I forgot what it was called now. American Sim Racing.
Maxwell Customs.
Sam Maxwell Customs.
ASRS
100
race. Yes, indeed. You're right.
Yes. Danny Rogers, your winner here. Sam Maxwell in 2nd. Jason Stewart brings it home in 3rd. Michael Atkins Jr. 4th. And Jamie Vaughn is going to round out your top 5. Jim Foose in 6th. Jonathan Holstein in 7th. Justin Vaughn in 8th. Zach Calloway in 9th. And Edward Bray making a good recovery. Going to round out your top 10. Stephen Trombley in 11th. 12th went to Barry Zelmer. Alan Young in 13th. Steve Bahala, in 14th. Matt Smethers in 15th. Scott Holler in 16th. Zach Coyer in 17th. Devin Sarah all the way back to 18th. 19th went to Jared Mogar. First truck 1 lap down. And Bradley Cross is your 20th place finisher. 21st went to Jay Graves Jr. Daniel Duffler in 22nd. 23rd, Dan Matthews. 24th, Chris Titus. Zachary Bosnich in 25th. 26th is Justin Brown. 27th, Bo McGuire. 28th, Alex Geese. 29th, Pete Baskins. And 30th went to Robbie Baskins. John Kennedy, 31st. John Music, 32nd, 33rd, Tom Giannini. Dylan Hickey in 34th. Tim Knott, 35th. And the first retiree from the race, 36th, Brown.
Yeah, really tough race for some of these guys at the back of the pack. Couldn't get the finishes they want with the early wrecks that we had, but hopefully they'll be able to rebound next race as these guys will have to get their trucks back together, back in the shop, repair them, and they'll get going when we come back around. But for now, we have our third place finisher here in that beautiful one truck that we highlighted at the beginning of the race. Jason Stewart, you got us?
I got you.
Hey, bud, how's it going? Your race seemed like it was having is pretty steady for the most part, and then all of a sudden, you were pretty lonely there on one of the cautions. You decided to stay out on your own, lead a lap there. What was going through your mind?
Just get that extra point. I figured I could make it back up there. And one of that extra point, try to stay in the top four for after, or the top 20 after the first four races to stay in the locked-in field.
I got you. So it's safe to assume that you knew you had enough gas to end there, right?
Yep, I knew I had enough. I knew the people that didn't pit didn't. So thankfully that got us our top three.
Yeah, really, the strategy came into play for you, and that's what we like to see. You qualified 17th, made it all the way up to get a podium finish in third, and it was very well done by you. And sharp-looking paint. Do you want to mention what that's about real quick?
Yeah, buddy Dave passed away this past weekend. Kind of out of the blue, young, shouldn't have died, but figured out throw paint together, give it hell, and seemed to work tonight.
I hear you. Well, you did a fantastic job in honoring him, and we wish his family the best. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thank as we wrap up this interview?
Thanks to Sam for sponsoring the race and having you all broadcast it, and thanks for Jim putting the league on, and thanks to everybody for having some clean racing tonight.
All right, bud, we appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck as you move forward. And again, congratulations on your third place finish.
Yep, thank you.
Fantastic run by him, and we do wish the best to Dave's family there. And as he finishes third, again, shows what happens when you have something to run for. Really well done by Jason Stewart, and we're gonna move in the next finisher up on the list in second position. That was Sam Maxwell with a really hard fought battle there. Sam, how do you think your race went?
Well, I definitely did better than I did last week, being able to make the show and all. I wish I had more green flag laps, so I could have ran Danny down, but it is what it is. You know, he had a strong car as well. His two-tire stop definitely put him in front of me, and it was tough to catch him through the traffic.
Yeah, we noticed. I mean, your truck seemed to kind of hang into that track there. You had a lot of grip and a lot of speed, just trying to make it back to the front whenever you did lose a spot, which again was pretty rare throughout the race. You led 14 laps. Towards the end there, did you think you had something if that caution hadn't come out?
It was going to get real close. I was reeling him in a tenth every 2 or 3 laps, and I had it down to 2/10. So, you know, it was going to come right to the wire. And I'll be honest with you, when we were getting to the end, I was probably going to lean on him.
I got you. Well, hey, you know, you do what you got to do, I guess, towards the end. Well, Sam, we were witnessing that race, and you obviously had the truck under you there. But do you have anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to?
Well, I just want to give a shout to my own company, Sam Maxwell Customs, who sponsors this race as well as my truck. If you need a steering wheel, come see me.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sponsoring this race. And again, excellent finish by Sam Maxwell there in the second position. And we wish you the best of luck next week.
Great. Thanks, man. See you next week.
Absolutely. Again, that was Sam Maxwell with that beautiful scheme on his truck, the sponsor of this race. Didn't quite get there. And that is all thanks to the 22 of Danny Rogers. You got us?
Yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. All right, Danny. Well, we're gonna get it right to you. Walk us through that race. You clearly had some speed under that truck. Qualified in the top position. Was able to hold it up front for the most part. But towards the end there, were you getting a little nervous?
Yeah, I think I was actually mirror driving more than I was actually looking out ahead. You know, the first 20 laps, you know, I started on the pole, led it for about 4 or 5 laps, and then I started really just saving my tires. I figured if I fell back and just let the guys up front just, you know, just hard charge it every lap that you know, if we had about a 20 or 25 lap green flag run, that I could eventually just save my tires for the long run and end up passing them. And that's eventually how I ended up getting the win. The last pit stop, we had 30 to go. I took 2 tires, and that was a gamble. I should have taken 4, but I knew if I could beat Maxwell out of the pits that I had a shot at it.
I hear you. Well, it went. It seemed to go your way, and Sam, I know, was battling back, and he even mentioned in the interview that if he had just gotten up to you, it would have been a very interesting ending there. And who knows what could have happened. But for now, that caution flew and you were safe to make it. Yeah, you weren't close on gas there, were you?
No, we had about another 8 or 9 more laps. That's why I was running it pretty hard there the last 30 laps. I knew I could make it on fuel, and I knew the guys that stayed out, they had ran like an extra 8 or 9 laps. And then I was really surprised the top 10 trucks didn't pit. I think I restarted ninth or 10th, and we just blew up through the field.
Well, clearly it worked. I mean, you guys had the strategy under you. You obviously had the speed under you. And again, we just want to congratulate you on this win. Do you have anyone to give a shout out to or thank?
Oh yes, I would. I would like to thank first and foremost our race team on here, JF2 Racing with Jim Foose. Couldn't do it without those guys. I appreciate everything they do for ASRS series, and also my sponsor Pilot and Flying J on our Chevrolet Silverado.
All right, bud. Well, fantastic. And again, we want to thank you for putting on a hell of a race. It was extremely fun to watch. And that is the 22 of Danny Rogers, who finished in that top spot for the Sam Maxwell Customs here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah, another great race from the American Sim Racing Series. They're 2 for 2 in my books right now with exciting races. Again, congratulations go out to the top 3, especially the 22 of Danny Rogers on the win. Next race will not be until March 21st, like we said back in Daytona. This league follows the truck series schedule in real life. So if the trucks aren't racing that weekend, these boys ain't racing that week. So that's going to be at Auto Club for the Harley Davidson 125. It'll be 63 laps on March the 21st. So you got about, I'd say, a good 2, 3,
Almost
4
3 weeks.
about a
3 or
month.
4 weeks trying to catch up. Yeah, you got plenty of time. These boys with the wrecked trucks in the back, they've got plenty of time to repair them, get a new truck ready as they go to Auto Club Speedway, which will be extremely exciting because it's almost like this track with a little bit more room, a little bit more room to spare, especially down these front stretch. These guys will be a little bit trying to get past each other.
Oh yeah. Next OCTV broadcast is going to be Thursday night, midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific time for the Northwest Truck Series. They are in Iowa this week, so that should be fairly interesting. I know personally I hate Iowa with a passion, but I get to watch instead of race this time. So for Katie Reed, Cafe Olay, the producer on this fine broadcast here, and myself, Wes the Mess, we are Off Camber TV. Thank you for watching.